I'm sitting in our therapist's office alone, and she's asking me if I want to continue the sessions without my wife. And I realize I've been paying someone $200 an hour to watch me get gaslit in real time. Rachel canceled. Again. Third time this month. But here's the thing. I checked our bank statement this morning, and she withdrew cash yesterday. $200. She told me she was too anxious to come today. The therapist is looking at me with this expression and this knowing look, and I can feel something cracking open in my chest because I suddenly understand that my wife has been using our marriage counseling money to fund whatever the hell she's been doing on Thursday afternoons. And I'm about to ask this woman if she thinks I'm crazy for still wanting to save this. The bathroom mirror was fogging up while I brushed my teeth, and I noticed Rachel had started putting her phone face down everywhere. On the counter, on the nightstand, on the kitchen table during dinner. It was Tuesday morning, 7 months into what I thought was just a rough patch. We'd been together 6 years, married for 3. I didn't think anything of it at first. People do that, right? Put their phones down? But then I realized I couldn't remember the last time I'd seen her screen facing up. Not once. Not in weeks. She came out of the shower wrapped in a towel, and I asked her something stupid about her day. She gave me this tight smile, the kind that doesn't reach your eyes, and said, "Same as always." Then she picked up her phone and took it with her to get dressed in our closet with the door closed. That's when I felt it, this cold little seed of doubt planting itself somewhere behind my ribs. I started noticing her patterns without meaning to. Or maybe I meant to all along. I don't know anymore. She'd come home from work at 6:30, except on Thursdays when it was suddenly 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:30. Traffic, she'd say, or got stuck on a call. Her phone was always in her hand now, tilted away from me at angles I wasn't supposed to notice. One night I asked about her day and she snapped, "Why are you interrogating me?" I wasn't. I'd asked one question. She apologized later, said work was stressful, said I was being supportive, and she appreciated it, and I felt guilty for even wondering. That's the thing, right? She made me feel crazy for noticing. Then came the Saturday I needed her phone to look up directions because mine was dead. Simple. She was in the shower. I picked it up, and it required a fingerprint now. We'd always known each other's codes. Always. 6 years of nothing to hide, and suddenly I needed her thumbprint to check Google Maps. When she came out, I asked her about it. Casual, and she laughed. Actually laughed. I changed it for security, babe. There's been all those data breaches. Like I was paranoid. The discovery was so stupid and mundane, it almost feels embarrassing. I was doing laundry, just throwing clothes in the machine, and a receipt fell out of her jacket pocket. Dinner at some Italian place downtown. $48 last Thursday. I stood there holding this piece of paper, and my hands were shaking because we hadn't been to a restaurant in months. She said we needed to save money, that we couldn't afford to eat out right now. I'd been packing sandwiches for lunch like an idiot. When she got home, I held it up, didn't say anything at first, and the look on her face, Jesus, it went from confused to angry so fast. "Are you going through my pockets now? Are you serious?" Not "let me explain," not "I can clarify this." Just immediate offense. I asked who she had dinner with, and she said, "Colleen from work. We needed to decompress. I used my own money." But her voice had this edge to it, defensive and sharp. I almost apologized. I almost said sorry for asking. Then I remembered Colleen got transferred to the Austin office 4 months ago. Rachel posted about her goodbye party on Facebook. I watched her face when I mentioned that, and something flickered there. Something like fear. She recovered fast, faster than I expected, started laughing this forced, brittle sound. "Oh my God, it was Sarah. I meant Sarah. Why are you being so weird about this?" But she'd hesitated too long, and we both knew it. I asked to see her phone, and that's when everything escalated. She went from defensive to furious in seconds. Told me I was being controlling, paranoid, that this was toxic behavior. You want to check my phone? Seriously? What's next? Tracking apps. You need therapy for this insecurity. I stood there taking it, feeling smaller with each word, until something in me just snapped. I told her to get out. Just leave the house for an hour so I could think. She grabbed her keys, called me a psycho, and slammed the door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. The second her car pulled away, I went to our laptop. We had shared cloud storage, photos, everything backed up automatically. I'd never looked before, never had a reason. My hands were trembling so badly I could barely type. And there they were, dozens of photos from the past 3 months, her and some guy I'd never seen. His arm around her, kissing her neck at what looked like a hotel bar. Her smiling in ways she hadn't smiled at me in over a year. I don't remember sitting down, but suddenly I was on the floor with my back against the couch and the laptop burning hot on my thighs. There were timestamps, dates I remembered. The Thursday she said she was working late. There's a selfie of them in bed, her hair messy, his face half cropped out like she almost sent it to someone. My birthday weekend when she said she wasn't feeling well and stayed home while I visited my parents alone. They were at the beach. The beach. I scrolled until I physically couldn't anymore, until my eyes were blurring and my chest felt like something was sitting on it. She came back exactly 47 minutes later. I heard her keys in the door and I just waited. Laptop still open on the coffee table. All those photos right there on the screen. She walked in ready for round 2, mouth already opening to say something cruel probably. And then she saw it, saw what I was looking at. The color drained from her face. For maybe 5 seconds we just stared at each other, and I waited for her to say something real. Something true. Instead she said, "You violated my privacy." That's what came out of her mouth first, not sorry, not an explanation. I violated her privacy by finding proof she'd been screwing someone else for 3 months. We're separated now, have been for 5 weeks. She's staying with her sister, texting me every few days with stuff that shifts between apologetic and accusatory, sometimes in the same message. "I know I hurt you, but you pushed me away emotionally," type things. I don't respond much anymore. My brother keeps asking what I'm going to do, like there's a clear answer, a next step that makes sense. File for divorce? Don't file. Go to counseling. Don't go. I sit in our apartment, my apartment now, I guess, and some days I'm angry enough to throw her stuff out. And other days, I find myself looking at old photos wondering what I did wrong, if I could have stopped this somehow. That's the part that kills you, right? The wondering. I didn't include everything here, couldn't fit all the small cruelties, the gaslighting, the times she made me feel insane for noticing what was right in front of me. People keep telling me it gets easier, that clarity comes with time, but right now I'm stuck in this place between wanting her back and wanting to never see her face again. Both feelings exist at once, and I don't know which one I trust. Maybe neither. Maybe that's the real lesson here. Learning that some things don't resolve cleanly, no matter how badly you want them to.